Democracies can fall. We watch them fall.
I argue we already are in martial law.
Everything he jokes about, believe what he's saying, because it comes to pass.
He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one. And you know why I wanted to be a dictator? People are saying maybe we like a dictator.
The illegal occupation of United States territory by the U.S. military is just that. It's illegal. The president had no right to do that. We're not under a state of emergency where our sovereignty is in danger. Okay, he's pushing a false narrative. I knew this. I was saying this back in March, that he's going to be trying everything he can to start martial law.
Right? How do we define martial law will determine whether you believe martial law is coming or is martial law here. Okay, when you have the federalization of troops, when the president's told law enforcement, do what you want, all right, whatever you want to do, you can do it. You have full immunity. When you're telling the troops to help ICE agents who, by the way, do not have to identify themselves, who are kidnapping people off the streets, and that's not just me using a hyperbolic word. When you don't identify yourself, you take someone away without identifying the reason, and you put them in a place where nobody knows where they are, that's kidnapping. So when you federalized people, created your own private army by way of ICE, who was funded by the big ugly bill to the tune of $148 billion, the third largest funded military in the world now, and you got now uniformed troops out here who are required to assist them, I argue we already are in martial law.
I've been around the world. Cuba, 95, Bosnia, 96, Kosovo, 99, Iraq, 08, Afghanistan, 2013. And I can tell you that democracies can fall. We watch them fall. We've seen them fall in the 90s. We've seen them fall in the Balkans. We've seen Miramar and all that. We've seen this play out. And it's playing out here in America.
You send in troops, instead of being praised, they're saying you're trying to take over the republic. These people are sick. Next should be Chicago, because as you all know, Chicago is a killing field right now.
What do you think of the way that he sort of started with D.C. and now he's talking about put him in Chicago and all these other cities and states?
D.C. was easiest because D.C. is not a state, which is another reason D.C. should be a state. Free D.C., make it a state, D.C. statehood now. But it was too easy for him to find that gray area and circumvent. And not him, let's be clear. This is Stephen Miller. This is the Heritage Foundation. This is Russell Vaught. Donald Trump's not smart enough to figure this shit out. But they found a gray area to circumvent putting troops on the ground. The reason the active duty military is not out here is because of the Posse Comitatus Act. So the National Guard is that gray area. That's why he did it. So once he gets them out here, drums up the propaganda machine, and gets all of MAGA to say, yes, this is because of crime, then all he needs to do is point to all the other cities where MAGA believes crime is, and they'll just jump on board with putting the military there. So this was the proving ground because it was the easiest, and it stirred up the propaganda he needed to expand his plan.
That's it. He wants martial law. He wants total control. He wants to be a dictator. Everything he jokes about, believe what he's saying, because it comes to pass. These jackboot thugs known as ICE are doing nothing more than illegally kidnapping people who are here to make our country a better place. My mother's an immigrant. Immigrants built this country and continue to support this country.
This is an intimidation tactic by a man who does not respect the fucking Constitution that we fought for. And that's why, as a veteran, I believe that we are oath-bound to fight. Our democracy is in danger. Our entire way of life is in danger. The American experiment, good, bad, and ugly, is in danger right now. And it seems like everyone is waiting for someone, looking for the sky, for somebody to come down here and save us. It is up to us. We the people.